screen when he came here to Philadelphia. I knew that there was going to be some problems. Every shooter goes through woes. And last night, I believe at that time, he was 1 for 7 from beyond the arc. And he passed that ball where he's wide open at the top of the key, as you just saw, to Georges Niang, who I think was even shocked, friend of the show, Georges Niang, who was even shocked that James Harden passed that ball up. And if you watch this play in the early goings of the fourth quarter, the thing that scared me the most about this is that James Harden looked terrified to shoot. I never want to see that. And a guy that I just unloaded a huge trade package for to bring him to Philadelphia to be the team to put you over the hump and finally get you at least to an Eastern Conference Finals. There was this, we talk about hesitation a lot. Somebody was tweeting me last night about a hezzy. He's a little hezzy right there. Dribble hezzy, right? That was like a hezzy. That was awful. That was him at the top of the key. Wide open. He goes, oh, I got this shot. And then you could see him thinking about, I don't want to shoot it. Yeah. And he did a little, it was like he almost dropped the ball. It looked like a pitcher balking. You know what I'm saying? Like he dropped the ball as he was going into his windup. And he goes, nah, I probably shouldn't be the guy. Boom, to Niang, who missed 3. I never want to see that. And one of the things that's supposed to be so great about James Harden is like you're not supposed to have a conscience. If you're a great shooter, you're not supposed to have a conscience. Just keep on shooting. And I've always disagreed with that because I always feel like really great shooters know when they're not having a good day. And maybe James Harden was definitely going through that as he passed up on that open 3 opportunity. Sixers were down 88-82 at the time. So obviously he puts that in, they're down 1. But great shooters, I feel like, yeah, they should have that little sensor that goes off in their head. I'm having a bad night. Maybe I shouldn't be going after it right now. Maybe I should be deferring a little bit. But James Harden's one of those guys that it has no conscience. I got to keep on shooting. The next one's going in. I feel like some shooters, though, they know when they're not having it and they got to pass it off. Obviously, in that moment, that was James Harden. I'd prefer for him to be the other guy. The guy that's just going to keep on shooting because the next one's going in. And sure enough, as the fourth quarter went on, he ended up hitting a couple of more threes. And selfishly, I had it over on threes for James Harden last night as far as a 5-leg parlay, which ended up hitting. Thank you very much. Overtime gave me a little scare. I had said the Sixers would score under 120 points, but whatever. Enough of the selfishness. But his struggles last night were, again, atrocious. And I was thinking to myself, this is the guy, James Harden, that told you after they played the Nets, I'm glad this happened. We needed to get our asses kicked, more or less. We're going to come out next time. We're going to learn from this. We're going to look at the tape. We're going to come out as a better team. All right, well, how many reality checks did you need? Did you need an ass whooping against the Nets and then an overtime win against the hapless Magic? All right, so that's all out of your system, right? The reality check for the Sixers, that's done. We're good? All right, cool. I hope so. Because tonight is no joke. It's a back-to-back. The first leg of this back-to-back is on the road, obviously, against the Magic as it was last night. And then you got to come back today in South Philly to play against the Denver Nuggets. And in that, you got to play against Nikola Jokic, which I think absolutely no question about it, Joel Embiid has to play.